I'm Jessica McCarthy, co-owner of The Humble Pig.
And I'm Ross McCarthy, also co-owner of The Humble Pig.
Slowly how it started. We catered for friends and family. Ross was always the meat man. He was always thrown on the grill or on the smoker.
My background, all the way coming up through high school and college, I worked in kitchens. I've been every position in a kitchen: general manager, kitchen manager, line manager, dishwasher, all of them. I preferred the back of the house. Front of the house was kind of not really my thing.
So it's all kind of helped having that wide background.
So I started getting into corporate sales, and that's what brought us up here. Is I was working for a company out of Charlotte, and I made it all the way through the downturn. I moved up here in 2007, so I got one good year in, and then the market fell out.
So we had that big crash, and he got an email and was told, you've got 6 weeks.
And it was just kind of scramble, scramble, scramble. And I'd been trying to find, another job, was contemplating going to get back in the kitchen. I missed it, and when I had been in school at Auburn, I would watch the delivery cars coming and going from these apartment complexes that we lived in. And even back then, I used to joke around and say, somebody should hook up a flat top grill in a trailer and pull it into these places and open up and serve.
And we were always asked by church members or friends, if ever there was a party, we were kind of the ones to handle it. We just kind of did it for fun, and then it kept getting bigger and bigger. So we had a couple friends say, why don't you do what you do? You love catering, you love doing it for friends, why not do it for the masses?
Well, fast forward back to the kitchen table, and I was like, well, what about a food truck? And we had gone and eaten at some of them, and we really enjoyed the food. And I went to a bank that I banked with for a long time and gave them this 22-tab Excel spreadsheet. And they were like, oh, that's great, but you don't have enough of a fixed cost in restaurants, that's 99% failure rate and all this type of stuff. So I had just kind of thrown some stuff out to a minority lending credit union. And this phone call came in, and he said, well, I love your business plan. I like what you're trying to do. We would like to fund your business, because this was the credit union. I'm sorry if that.
And that kind of started the snowball.
So we ended up coming back from the lake, and our daughter was in the car, and she just finished reading Charlotte's Web. At the end of Charlotte's Web, they put humble in the spider web, which is kind of the way to say this is the best. So it was kind of like our version of trying to be clever. So when we started to come up with the concept of what the food we wanted to do, I wanted to keep as much money as I could local, and give back to the community. We said, well, let's deal with local farmers. So that's when we found Pinhole Farms, which is also out in Lewisburg. I deal with Shiloh, and we're falling into a rhythm with each other. I was very impressed with the way he runs the farm. He's not supplementing with a lot of grain feed. He's supplementing with mushrooms and sweet potatoes, which really has an effect on the taste of the meat at the end of the day. He's got a good cross in the boars and pigs and all that he has, and they get to run around in woods. They're very happy pigs, which has a lot to do with the taste of the meat too. If you're in a stressful situation, your body floods with stress hormones, and that's going to sour the taste of your meat.
Social media has become really, really handy. Before we actually opened the truck, I kind of created a profile for us, kind of documented us getting it going, having the trailer built, working with the branding artist. We had 400 Twitter followers before we even opened. The people that love us, they go and tell their friends, or we cater a party at their house, and it spreads that way. So I kind of started the initial, and now I just kind of ride the wave. And then when I see it starting to slack, I build it back up again.
I have a wife who was willing to go with me on this, and when I looked at her across the table and was like, I want to start a food truck, didn't tell me, no, go get another desk job.